and click Check. Enter all the details required, browse the file, and upload the return. If the form fails online validation, correct the specified errors on the saved template from which you generated the upload file, save the file, validate, and regenerate another upload file. If the upload is successful, click Submit to submit your return. An e-acknowledgement receipt will be generated and a copy sent to the email address that you used at registration. Click here to print acknowledged receipt. Click here to print submitted application form. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Mugasha, did you see the game last night?
I slept looking for a receipt. Up to now, I'm still looking for it.
What kind of receipt?
There is a certain receipt. I need to file my returns. I'm trying to find it.
By the way, do you know these guys of URA asked for 3 million from me?
Me, I paid 500,000 only.
You mean you pay only 500,000?
Yes.
They asked for 3 million. Why am I being asked to pay more?
I don't know.
You must know. We have the same level of capital, same rent, same premises. We even meet the same expenses. Why am I being taxed more?
I don't know. But for me, I sent my income and expenses via the URA website.
So they are punishing me because I did not send that through the website. Mugisha, you know these things. You know the type of expenses we go through here.
I know. But how will URA believe you if you don't write them down or keep records for your receipt as proof for your income and expenses for your butchery?
Mugisha, you mean you write all these things down?
Yes, I do. I write every detail. You see, the good, the amount, and the person involved.
But where do you get the time to write all this?
Immediately the transaction is done or at the end of the day. But at minimum, I must know the income and expenses for each day. Otherwise, it is very easy to forget or confuse.
So, this is how your tax is being reduced?
Actually, it automatically shows me the tax I have to pay without reducing my business capital. It also helps me not mix my business money with the money I get from the garden. Aha. Do you know that this book is showing me that you haven't paid me the carton of soda I advanced you last month?
Mugasha, you also remember that?
Yes. This book helps me to remember every detail about this shop.
Mugasha, guy, you know things and you don't even tell me.
You didn't ask. Try it. You'll thank me later.
Let me first deal with the customer.
But wait, don't forget to pay the URA tax in time.
I won't. I will not.
Okay.
Uganda Revenue Authority thanks you for paying taxes.
My name is Agnes Nawire Asobola. I'm the Assistant Commissioner Tax Investigation, and I will be your MC for today. And once again, I want to welcome you to Uganda, and more so to Uganda Revenue Authority, and specifically to Mistil, where we are here. We are here for the 11th East African Revenue Authority Commissioners Tax Investigation Meeting. So this engagement has been happening, and today we've had all the commissioners overseeing the tax investigation, intelligence, in the EAC region come together to put their mind into how tax investigation can be enhanced in the region. So that's why we are here. So I'm going to make a few introductions, and thereafter we should be able to get started with our meeting. But above all, we all know that it's our culture as Uganda Revenue Authority and as the region to always open our meetings with prayer. Then we shall have the national anthem, and then we shall let everyone know who is in this house. So without wasting time, I would humbly request that we all arise. We all arise as I invite Mr. Julius Nkwasire to do an opening prayer. And thereafter, we shall sing the national anthems of Uganda and the EAC. Can we all arise?
Okay, let us pray. We thank you, mighty Jesus, for this wonderful time. We thank you for our guests from different countries, from South Sudan, from Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda. We thank you, King of Glory, even for us, the Ugandans who are the hosts. Father, we pray that as we sit together, give us wisdom, give us unity of purpose, and help us deliberate so that our countries, our bloc, our EAC can develop to higher levels. We thank you and praise you. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
So we remain standing, and we shall have the Ugandan national anthem, and there we shall have the EAC national anthem.
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu yetu. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
You may take your seats. Thank you very much. So I want to take this opportunity once again to welcome you to this 11th era CTI meeting. In the house, we have the commissioners, tax investigation and intelligence from the region, and I will take opportunity to introduce them. We have Dr. Edward Karanja, the Commissioner, Tax Investigation, Kenya Revenue Authority. Please let's welcome him. Karibu, karibu sana. We have Dr. Tera Saidimu, the Commissioner, Intelligence and Strategic Operations, Kenya Revenue Authority. Please clap for them. We welcome you. Karibu, karibu sana. We have Mr. Dennis Kugonza Kateva, the Commissioner, Tax Investigation, Uganda Revenue Authority. And he is our host today. Welcome, sir. We have Sister Caroline from African Tax Administration Forum. She has come to participate in this engagement. You're welcome, Caroline. We have Mr. Nionzima Jean Bashmans. Forgive me for pronouncing your name. Commissioner Tax Investigation and Intelligence, Rwanda, Burundi, OBR. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Yes, the names are very interesting, but I'm trying to learn how to pronounce them properly. And we have Mr. Charles, Mr. Emmanuel Bitechimana, representing Charles Kagame, the Assistant Commissioner for Strategic Intelligence and Investigation, Rwanda Revenue Authority. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. And we have Mr. Everest Mashiba, Commissioner Tax Investigation, Tanzania Revenue Authority. Karibu sana. Tumeshukuru. Hallelujah. You know that is the nearest word that always comes to my tongue, but you will bear with me. You're welcome, sir. And then we have Honorable Joyce, the Acting Commissioner, Internal Affairs, South Sudan. You're welcome, madam. You're welcome. So these are the commissioners general. The commissioners, I think I'm prophesying. You're about to become the commissioner generals. I want to welcome you, and we really appreciate you for honoring our invitation. And of course, they did not come alone. We have technical committees or representatives that came along with them. And I would love them to stand up and introduce themselves. I'm sorry I did not have them here, but I know you could be made known by your attendance here. So we want to start with, let's start with this gentleman, the colleague from my right-hand side.
Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, colleagues. My name is Mohamed Maka, Chief Manager, Intelligence Exchange and Stakeholder Management from Kenya Revenue Authority. Thank you.
welcome. Please let's clap and honor him.
Good morning,
Good morning.
commissioners and the technical group. I'm coming from the South Sudan Revenue Authority. As we are a new upcoming organization, our namings are not as fluent like your namings. The way you've introduced your intelligence, tax investigation, and so forth. For us, it's a combination of about 3 different departments. There is the integrity and ethics, which is internal affairs. There is the internal audit, which is where I am acting. There is also an intelligence part, which is coming from security in South Sudan. And thank you for inviting us.
Welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. My name is Jean Nikez Bigirimana from Burundi Revenue Authority. I'm Director in charge of Compliance and Enforcement, member of the Technical Committee on Legal and Operation of the Forum on Tax Investigation. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. My name is Julius Nkwasire Mponoka. I'm the Assistant Commissioner in charge of Revenue Intelligence in Uganda Revenue Authority. Thank you.
Thank you, Julius. So we introductions so that everybody knows who is in the house.
Good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Francisca Ngeleshi, Senior Tax Management Officer from TRA.
Welcome.
Good morning, all. My name is Jeremy Sera, Manager Technical Services, Tax Investigation Department, TRA.
Oh, welcome, sir.
Good morning. My name is Angela Mnene from TRI.
Welcome, Angela.
Good morning. My name is Donna Sech-Toleko from URA.
Welcome, Donna.
Morning, everyone. I'm called Jimmy Asizwa from Uganda Revenue Authority, Tax Investigations.
Welcome, Jim.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jimmy Ekemu, Manager, Intelligence Analysis and Exchange of Information, URA.
Welcome, Jimmy.
Good morning, colleagues and commissioners. My name is Osret Job Cedric, Manager Tax Crime in Uganda Revenue Authority and a member of the Tax Technical Committee. Thank you.
Welcome, Cedric. Want to know everyone else here, the Secretariat, and then...
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Marina Lubega, an Exchange of Information Officer, URA, and I'll be the Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona.
Good morning, colleagues. You're welcome to Uganda. My name is Brian Twebaze, Planning Tax Investigations, URA.
Welcome, Brian.
A very good morning, distinguished guests.
Good morning.
Ibrahim Bossa. I'm the Assistant Commissioner for Public and Corporate Affairs at the Uganda Revenue Authority. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Ibrahim.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Navisubi from National Media Group, NTV.
Welcome. Yes, we have the media in the house.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Joseph Bahingwire. I report on taxation for the New Vision.
Okay, welcome.
Good morning. My name is Mobutu Samuel. I work with Salt Media.
Okay, welcome.
Good morning. I'm Alice Kanga, in Uganda Revenue Authority.
Yes, thank you. And we have the teams behind. Quickly introduce yourself so that one can know you by your names.
Good morning. My name is Kiza Alexander. I work with the Uganda Revenue Authority.
Good morning. My name is Farida Nachiemba. I serve at Uganda Revenue Authority.
Good morning. My name is Zanan Priska. I work as a media manager, URA.
Okay.
This is Omaria Bosco, works in the media department as well, URA.
Good morning. My name is Solomon Chimbugwe, Acting Supervisor PR and Comms.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Robert Wamala Manyika. I serve as the Acting Manager for Public and Corporate Affairs, Uganda Revenue Authority.
Thank you.
Good morning, Doka Sahereza, Uganda Revenue Authority.
Morning, I'm Josephine Kabiaseza, Stakeholder Relations, Uganda Revenue Authority.
Thank you.
And I'm Solomon Ludaga, a member of the Technical Committee of ERA CTI.
Thank you everyone. So we want to thank you for producing yourselves, and I think we are now aware who is in the house, and the reason we are here is to exchange ideas on how to improve on tax investigation and intelligence across the region. So without wasting time, once again, I want us to recognize Mr. Dennis Kugonza Kateva, the Commissioner, Tax Investigation, Uganda Revenue Authority, who is the host of this meeting today. And I will take this opportunity to extend an apology on behalf of Uganda Revenue Authority. The way we welcomed our guests, some guests were not picked. I think we did not have clarity on how to remit the itinerary. But I want to take this opportunity to apologize. But I believe that we shall take care of you. By the time you leave, you'll have forgotten how you made it here. Yes, so I take that the apology is taken. And once again, feel at home. If you have any question, we are here to answer you. So I want us to welcome Mr. Dennis Kugonza Kateva, the Commissioner, Tax Investigation, Uganda Revenue Authority, to give us his opening remarks. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, colleagues. Good morning. Commissioners, tax investigations from the region who are here, the technical committee from all regional revenue authorities, URA staff, the media. This morning, you are welcome. At URA here, we are happy to host you today, and we thank you for honoring our invite to come and be with us so that we can discuss issues of great importance. First, let me wish you a happy Valentine's Day. So also you can wish your others the same. I would like to welcome all of you here to the 11th Recital meeting, and in a special way thank my colleagues from Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, and representatives from ATAF for honoring our invitation to be here with us to discuss this. This recital has been going on here. This is the 11th, and a lot has been achieved previously. It started some time back, but around COVID time, there was a break, so we could not meet. So I'm happy that we have revived it again. After 3 years break, now we can again meet and discuss issues which affect or which will improve our performance in fighting tax crime. My senior colleague who has been this, most of us, we are new. Most commissioners are new. They are not in previous meetings, apart from my senior colleague, Dr. Saidimu and Dr. Edward Karanja. They are the legends we have here today, and we shall learn from them how it has been working and the benefits. So we are happy to have you here, sir, for this engagement, and we are happy to learn from you. In which I want to thank the technical committee members of all countries for the work so far put in. They have been working to organize this to reach at this level. They have been meeting, they have been communicating, and they have been sharing information and guiding up to this day, so that we are able to meet and have a fruitful deliberation. I would like to thank URA management for accepting to host us as CTIs. As you know, there is coming up ERA-CG. It is the one which always takes place, and it's the 50th meeting, which will be starting on Thursday. So we thank them for accepting CTIs to meet and discuss these issues which are pertinent that affect the revenue collection in the region, also as Africa as a whole. I would like to thank TID staff, URA, TID staff, assistant commissioners, Julius and Agnes, the managers, the technical committee who are here, the staff of TID, Tax Investigations URA, who have been working tirelessly to ensure that all this is put together and we have this fruitful meeting. I would like to thank the team from Public Corporate Affairs, headed by the Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Bossa Ibrahim, for all the support you have given. Thank you, Bossa, for the support you have given us, for the comfort, for the providing and organizing that we are seeing today. It is amazing for me, and I'm happy, and I think everybody is happy to be here and is enjoying his stay. And we will enjoy your stay up to the end. I trust the team and the PCA. Thank you so much. To date, a lot has been achieved, and I anticipate that with closer collaboration, greater milestones will be registered in the region's technical capacity in the area of fighting tax crime. Tax crime, it is wide. The people we are dealing with, they are always smarter than us. They always think ahead. The business people or the people involved in tax evasion. So we have to be smarter, work smartly, and working smartly, it has to be through collaboration. If we don't collaborate, we shall not manage this crime, because they are so organized and they are involved with a lot of resources at their disposal, and that's why we have also to be organized and work together. And they keep mutating from one region to another, using other resources, so that we are able to fight them. Without collaboration, we will not achieve much as a country on individual basis. But as Africa, as a East African region, when we work together, we shall win this battle. In the past, we have been able to crack down a number of schemes, of which include the following: missing trader, invoice trading, which is affecting, I believe, all countries and eroding the tax; sales separation and the declaration of their sales and income; motor vehicle registration fraud, where vehicles don't want to pay taxes, they come into the country, but they want to register the vehicle on the road without paying any tax to government and to citizens of our countries. In addition, we have been jointly building capacity in the areas of science-driven investigations, as well as foster knowledge transfer through our regional draft curriculum, which has been affiliated to ATAF. As senior colleagues who have been attending this, who have been here before us in these positions and attended these meetings previously, they know we have been working on the curriculum, which had advanced to a certain level, and is still working with the help and the support of ATAF. We thank you so much, ATAF, for championing this. However, I believe that these schemes cut across the region, and hence the need for us to work together to reverse their negative impact on tax collection. Emerging threats to URA. Currently, URA is facing a number of emerging threats, and I know for sure that this may not be any different for the rest of the revenue authority bodies in the region. These emerging threats include proliferation of sophisticated tax crimes and emergence of organized criminal groups. Criminal gangs always read the media and always share information of what is happening in KRA, what is happening in TRA. All these gangs, they're operating across the region, and they use our borders where we have a presence. So if we work in isolation, we will not be able to get them. But if we are working together, sharing information, we can be able to stop them. Most of them, they transfer goods across the borders. And these goods or products go through our hands, our documentation, and they tell this side a story, and they go the other side and tell a different story. so that they can be able to conceal and cover up their crime. But if we are working together, we are collaborating and we are sharing information, systems are talking to each other, I don't think they can be able to manage and go through and continue with their crime. Also, the emerging is also illicit financial flows, which everybody is aware of, where the money is moving, changing hands, money from dirty activities, and it goes across the country. They come do crime here, get the money, they go and deposit it in Nairobi and use it and sanitize it in Nairobi. When they are about to be found out in Nairobi, they move to Dar es Salaam. When they are about to be found out in Dar es Salaam, they move to Chigari. So you find they are playing us, but when they are within our confines and we have the capacity to deter them. There is also emerging technologies and related cyber crimes because of technology, which is coming up. Online transactions, they are becoming many, and they are concealing information, cryptocurrencies. Now you cannot get them through banking system. So all this, they are playing this so that we may not be able to deter or to establish and identify it for tax purposes. Vast amounts of data, and they need to improve capacity to detect current fraud schemes and predict emerging ones. There is a lot of data. We have systems. There is a lot of data in other agencies, government agencies, which we can use to help us establish what is happening in the businesses of people who are not willing to be compliant with tax. And it's our duty as tax investigators to ensure that we stop all tax leakages. Other departments will not collect if we don't stop the tax leakages and revenue leakages. Other departments, they spend on now we have gone on self-declaration, self-assessment, and that's why the money comes from normal flow. But if compliance goes down and we don't deter these crimes and these schemes, then it means even the normal flow will keep reducing, and at the end of the day, we shall not be able to achieve the objectives of our citizens, of our countries, and what we expected of in our day-to-day works. To be able to address the above emerging challenges, there is a need for closer collaboration between us. Across the region, we can start with the region, then you can go to the continent. But as the URA alone, we cannot manage to fight this crime. But with all of you, with all of us together, working together and sharing experiences and collaborating, we shall fight this crime. So you are welcome to URA. We are here to provide whatever is necessary to make sure this meeting is successful, and we get again a lot at the end of the day, which will help us to fight this tax crime in the coming years. I welcome you and I thank you. You are all welcome, and we can start deliberations now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Tax Investigation. A few highlights that stood out clearly, that we are here to put our minds together on how we can fight economic crime, especially cross-border, where these guys, they maneuver from Kenya, enter Tanzania, their ways, where they are, what are they dealing in. So if we look at one man fighting this battle, we cannot win. So coming together and working jointly, we are likely to get better results. Thank you so much, Commissioner. Looking at our program, which I know we are supposed to be having a photo shoot. The Commissioner has already declared this meeting open. And after the photo shoot, we have a few minutes of tea break. And then when we come back, we shall give opportunity to the commissioners to make their remarks. And then we shall have a follow-up of presentations, discussions, as we come up with workable solutions, designing a way forward. So I want to welcome you to a photo shoot that is going to take place right from where you entered from. The Assistant Commissioner, Public and Corporate Affairs, is going to direct us. And thereafter, we shall all go and have a cup of tea, and then we shall come back. The time for this exercise is going to take us, we are redeeming the time. Cindy, you have not so. So the time, we have a lot of time. No, actually I think we are just at the right time. You go and have a photo shoot so that by 10:30, we are back in the room. So thank you very much. We may go outside and we take the photo shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to resume. So I want to welcome us back from the tea break. Ladies and gentlemen, I would request that we resume our seats so that we proceed. Once again, there are a couple of the media group that joined us after we had started. We want to recognize the presence of NBS, NTV, Baba TV, and of course Uganda Revenue Authority Television. The Salt and other media houses, we want to appreciate you. So I want us to proceed with our engagement. For purposes of the media house that joined us a few minutes ago, we are here on the 11th East African Revenue Authorities Commissioner Tax Investigation Meeting. The purpose of this engagement is how we bring our minds together as investigation administrations in the revenue authorities in the ESC region, how to tackle economic crime across the region. A couple of work has been going on. As you see, this is the 11th meeting, so there is a lot that has been going on. And later on, we shall be given an overview what has been transpiring and where are we standing as far as the many action points that have been worked on, and how do we stand now, embracing what has been happening, how are we going to proceed. I'll request that the music is turned down a little low. I feel like I'm competing with that music. Thank you. Thank you. So we are going to have opportunity to listen to the commissioners' tax investigation, give their remarks before we get into the presentations, for us to appreciate what has been going on, what is it that we need to do going forward, and what are the action points that we shall leave with by the end of business tomorrow. So without further ado, I want to take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Tera Saidimu, that is going to give us his opening remarks. Please let's put our hands together as we welcome Doctor.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Praise God. How do you say in Luganda? Good morning, everyone. Commissioners present, colleagues from the revenue authorities, the media fraternity. I will take this opportunity first to say thank you to the government of Uganda. I'll say thank you very much to the URA. And I say thank you very much to the technical working group. I don't know how my sister chose me to speak first because I was preparing myself to come third. Nonetheless, she told me that since I'm the oldest member of this technical group and the commissioners of intelligence and investigations, I would take the opportunity, golden opportunity, to be the first one to express my gratitude, to say thank you for the far that we've come. If there's any history that we've made as a region, is a history that we've been able to stick together since the year 2008. In the year 2008, the commissioners of the region, at that time 5 countries, sat together in Nairobi to set up a Commissioners of Tax Investigations working group to feed into the Commissioner General's working group. Luckily, I was a member of the secretariat, so I was seated behind there taking notes. We did that the first 2 years, where the changing chairmanship of the technical group was rotating. So Kenya was the first one to be the chair. I think it went to Tanzania, Uganda, and here we are. Today we're being led by the chair, Uganda Revenue Authority. So I say thank you very much for that journey, because it showed how resilient we are as a region, how similar we are in the different borders that we live in. And it also shows how similar problems that we are dealing together as a region. You may be surprised to see Commissioner of Intelligence, KRA, Commissioner of Investigations, KRA, and we have Commissioner of Intelligence and Investigations in other country. Kenya has a unique formation in the sense that a new department was born in 2017 called Intelligence and Strategic Operations to deal with 4 issues, strategic issues. The first one is integrity and ethics. So integrity and ethics is a responsibility that we all hold. We are responsible for management of an investigation of staff in terms of facilitating tax evasion. As the tax investigators are investigating the taxpayers, there are officers investigating the character and conduct of the officers facilitating that tax evasion. I am also responsible, or rather the department is also responsible for intelligence management, So intelligence management cycle, from the collection of intelligence, reporting of tax evasion, profiling of the taxpayers, putting together all the tax profiles, disseminating the same tax profiles to investigations or domestic taxes auditors or customs auditors. We have a team that is dealing with that, spread all over the country. We put together all the documentations for investigations. That then will reduce the amount of time spent in an audit case or in an investigation case. Because of time, again, responsible for competent authority, so the exchange of information. So I represent the Kenya's delegated competent authority function. So responsible for exchanging tax information for transparency. And finally, I'm also responsible for complaints management. So if you have any case at the border, within the jurisdiction of mistreatment by our officers, any case to do with complaints that warrant to be investigated, I also investigate and give response to the Commission on Administrative Justice and also to the complainant. So that is why you're seeing both of us here. We sit here today to remind ourselves what we've been able to do. Luckily, we've sat here as both members of technical committee and also as part of the commissioners. Just to remind the technical committee that we discuss a lot and we take seriously the work that you do. So we don't take it for granted, because I know you spend a lot of time. I also know that COVID has really hit us in terms of putting time together. I know we've not been able to meet, and I was told the first meeting post-COVID happened last month. And we really appreciate the technical committee for reminding us that what we started is not completed yet, and we have to put more effort. So the task ahead of us is immense. We still have to discuss on the operations and the training technical committees, and also the joint investigations. I know some of the things that we put together have not really materialized in terms of creating that big success. But sitting back and seeing what we've been able to do, you actually appreciate how much we've been able to do as a team. So we need to assess ourselves, take stock of what we've been able to do, and also look ahead to achieving what we've not been able to do. And of course, remind ourselves of the immense task that we are here to give confidence to the taxpayers, to identify tax evasion schemes, and also to make sure that our countries are self-reliant in terms of collection of taxes. We have challenges ahead of us. We're seeing borderless jurisdictions. There's immense digitization and digital economy. We need to look at, as part of investigators, we need to sit down and look at what we can do to ensure that these taxes are paid by everyone. We should not really give advantage to any organization or any business not to pay taxes. Take, for example, the unified, the Pillar 1, Pillar 2 agreements on taxation of digital economy. It is something that we must get into it as ESC. It's something that we must understand ourselves. What are we able to do that other countries are not able to do? Unfortunately, on the joint group, the inclusive framework, unfortunately, it's only Kenya in the region that is members, and I wish we were all members of the OECD inclusive framework, so that we can jointly push our agenda as a region. Kenya as a country declined to put a signature into the agreement, but then not to say that we are not aligned to the global standards. But then again, we requested that we get back and review as a country the benefits and costs of agreeing to the unified approach as opposed to the DST, digital service taxes. There's a lot of sophistication in terms of ICT. Many taxpayers are now advanced in terms of their ICT systems, and we must always push ourselves to ensure that we understand the systems. As investigators, we must always understand every part of system. We must be able to audit a company, do the incomplete records. We must always look forward to carrying out investigations of sophisticated ICT systems. There's also complication in terms of laws. Laws are changing. We are adopting the international practices. We are different in terms of regional policy formulation, so it's high time as the Commissioners of Investigations and Intelligence to advise our superiors on the best policies for the countries and for the region. Again, there are new laws, data protection, for example. It is something that was never there before. Right now, we are limited in terms of what we can exchange in terms of information, unless within the within the laws, provided laws. And we must always take advantage of that and understand what do our data protection laws say. We must engage, we must do some stakeholder engagement to understand what that law means for the countries that have already adopted. So if I can just say 2 or 3 achievements that I've been able to extract from these meetings. In the banks, they normally say, know your customer. But in the EAC, I think it's called KYN, know your neighbor. In this interaction, I've been able to know a lot of people. We've been able to make friends. I was discussing with my friend Emmanuel from Rwanda that as much as my sister said I'm the oldest in this group, we joined the same time with Emmanuel, so we are 2 dinosaurs here, if there are dinosaurs. So we get to know each other. At least 10 or 20 people I know at URA, working with URA, 10, 20 people working with RRA. The same with OBR, the same with South Sudan. And the same. So anytime when you go there, you always have a friend to communicate or to talk to. Collaboration, so much has been done. Jointly, personally, and as a country, we've been able to work because you put a face to the person. And the moment you request any information, you're able to pick it up and jointly support each other. And we've been able to talk to people whenever they have a challenge of interpretation of a certain section of the law, or how do you go about missing trader? How do you go about stolen motor vehicles investigations? How do you go about illicit trade? Those are what we've been able to do. So many schemes, missing trader, illicit trade, the issues around ethanol. We've done a lot in the region. It was one single investigation that we did from Rwanda. We built it up with Uganda, and we built it up to the source, which is Mombasa, and we were able to, fix some laws that prevented that from happening again. So I would like to stop there. Otherwise, I would wish to meet by saying thank you very much. At least from this engagement, let's have some substantial presentation to make to the Commissioner Generals, which is coming up in the next 2 days. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best and successful deliberations. Thank you.
Asante sana. You see, Ever Ready. There is that battery company in Kenya. I don't know whether it is still there. Ever Ready. Thank you so much, Doctor. You've highlighted key things that have been realized from this union, the coming together of the Commissioner's tax investigation. And the reason we are here is basically to build on it. There are key things that he made mention of, that there are many challenges that are still happening that warrants the investigators or the intelligence officers across the region to wake up and up their game. He mentioned new areas of tax evasion schemes? How do we position ourselves to deal with digitalization and digital economy? The open borders. The globe is almost one village. How are we going to position ourselves to see that we are able to mitigate any gaps that facilitate tax evasion? He highlighted the sophistication of the IT among the taxpayers, that the same way we used to investigate, the same way we used to audit may apply now. So how do we position ourselves as investigators? He also made mention that we need to indeed appreciate what is happening at the global level, becoming members on the OECD inclusive framework, which KRA has already embraced, and as a region, encourages all of us to be part of it. He recognizes the complexity of different laws and policies and regulations across the region. How do we come together to harmonize the laws, the policies that will enable us work together? And new laws that are coming in place, how do we position ourselves to make sure that we are not found on the wrong side of the law? The Data Protection Act that is operational now. He made mention of the achievements, what has been realized in this union. They've been able to appreciate the strength in the neighbors, jurisdictions, and how they've been actually to build that relationship and partnership. You know, it is easier to get information from somebody you know than just writing a memoir, you know. So that has strengthened and has gone ahead to strengthen the collaboration in the region. And of course, some